Hi ladies, it's Beth from Be Styled, and it's time for Tipsy Tuesday. Welcome. Today I'm sharing 10 of my favorite style tips that I use in my programs, with my clients, and with myself. And I'm just gonna bang them out as succinctly as possible. You know that's a challenge for me, but to start, I wanted to just share what I'm wearing while people join, because people always ask what you're wearing, and I'm a little dressed up today because I'm going on live video for one thing, but also because I wanted to share this great blouse and tell you what I'm possibly wearing for Thanksgiving, because I know that's on a lot of people's minds. Hopefully you got my newsletter on Sunday where I gave 3 outfit recipes for Thanksgiving. If you didn't get it, you're going to want to join my list. There's a link somewhere here where you can, it's a flow page link where you can join my list. Anyway, and you can also see that email just by going to that flow page link. But Thanksgiving, before I get started with my 10 tips, let's talk about Thanksgiving. This is one of my recipes of a blouse that can stand on its own, so you can take the layer off and you like what's underneath. If it gets hot, if it gets cold, you can add something, you can take it away. So this is a great blouse that I got from a new brand that I just discovered. It's linked here. I think it's called Evita, and I have a discount code BeStyled15, and there's a link to the blouse above. And I'm wearing stretchy pants because it's Thanksgiving. These are my peach ponte knit, long, full length, boot cut, pull-on pants. Hard to show in a video. I could try. I can't in this. I could stand on the chair, but you can see you can see them on the website. But they are a full length, long boot cut pant with elastic waist, with faux pockets in the back. So comfortable, comfortable but kind of elevated. Great for Thanksgiving. This is probably what I'm going to wear. My other option is a great sweater dress that I have here that I talked about in my newsletter. Those are my 2 favorite kind of outfit ideas for Thanksgiving. Stretchy black pants and a blouse that can stand on its own or that can be layered over, or a sweater dress. Those are my 2 go-tos. I have a bunch of ideas here for jackets in my fall style system program that's closed right now, but is opening in the winter for the winter program in a couple weeks. So you're going to want to make sure you're on my list so you can find out when that launches. But in our group today, we're talking about third pieces and layers. And I wanted to share some options with an outfit like this: pattern blouse, black pants. I could wear a moto jacket. This is the peach moto jacket in plum. I could also wear it in black because it's the same ponte knit as the pants. So the black would look great. It's a little bit of a shorter jacket, which is great with boot cut pants. So that's one option. I have this, which I'm probably going to wear today because it's cozy. A cozy white long-ish cardigan. Probably goes to about mid-thigh. This is from Amazon, and it's a long-time favorite. Just a great cozy, I think a white cardigan, especially a cozy kind of furry one like this, is a great thing to have. That's another option. If you want to dress your outfit down, one of my favorite tricks is if you feel like, oh, I'm feeling a little overdressed, throw your denim jacket in the car or have it handy, because I could throw this on and immediately just sort of lower the level of dressiness. Also from Peach is now 50 to 60% off site-wide as part of the brand going away. So you're going to want to go to discoverpeach.com. Link to me is in that description box. Last but not least, 2 other, these are all toppers that I could wear with this blouse and pants. This is the peach Solano, I think, cardigan that I had on last week that a lot of people went crazy for. I had it on in camel last week. Here it is in black. I love this with these long black pants and a splash of color, and then a pointy toe with a little heel, either black or, because it's a lot of black, I'd probably, with the all black sweater and this top and black pants, I'd probably throw on these booties with the point, just instead of black, just to add that third color that we talked about last week. And last but not least, for a work outfit, if you want to take this Thanksgiving look and make it work appropriate, This blazer is a favorite. This is from Amazon, fully lined, fabulous. Comes in a million colors, but I love this blazer. And I've worn this already with jeans, dressed down with this blazer and the blouse, but this would be a great work outfit. So I just wanted to share those outfit ideas for you. If you're looking for something to wear for Thanksgiving, it doesn't have to be these exact pieces, but think about black stretchy pants and a blouse that can stand on its own or be layered, okay? Now, let's get started. Now that we have plenty of people here, yes, thank you, Denise. The hair is wild. I let it air dry on Friday, and I'm now that it's longer, I'm feeling like I can deal with curls more so than when it was shorter and it would just turn into a triangle on my head. Anyway, let's get started with my top 10 style tips, okay? Number 1, know your numbers. Not your size, but your numbers. A lot of times we get caught up on what our size is. And when you're shopping online especially, focusing on, oh, this is my size, instead of knowing your actual numbers can get you into trouble. And retailers are crazy with the different, what do they call it? Vanity sizing. I mean, Loft is famous for that. Loft sizing is what I would consider true vanity sizing, where you really need to size down almost exclusively on Loft items just because of the way they size things. But better than knowing you're being caught up in, I'm a size 10, that's my size, and if God forbid I have to wear a size 12, my head's gonna explode, or whatever. Don't worry about the size. Don't worry about the number. Worry about the real numbers. Make sure you have a fabric measuring tape, ladies. So when you're ordering online, you can measure yourself. And you all know about measuring your bust, your hips, but the numbers that people overlook that can cause problems are your rise, which when you're talking about pants and jeans, so important, because retailers will say they are high rise. And a lot of us, myself included, used to say, well, I don't want high rise, so I would just discard that. I would not even look at those pants because they're high rise. Well, what is the rise? The high rise could be 12, which yes, that is going to be high rise. And if you're a short-waisted girl, a 12-inch rise is going to come up to the girls up here, right? But a lot of times high rise is like 10 inches, which is pretty much a very good rise for me. I don't like the high rise, but 10 is, I've gotten used to that quote high rise. It's higher than the old 8s that we used to wear that are now, the problem, they create the muffin top and just cut you off right at the hips. A 10-inch is considered a high rise, but I would call it more of a mid-rise. So look at the number. Don't just look at the word, look at the number. And know your best rise for pants and your best inseam, the best length, so that you have those numbers. And when you're shopping online, refer to your measuring tape and say, okay, where is this, or even in a dress, where is this dress going to hit me? Don't just look at the 6 foot tall model and say, well, that dress is going to be too short. No, it might not be. She could be 6 feet tall. Measure your shoulder to where the hem would hit and decide if that's going to work for you. So know your numbers. Number 2, focus on what works for your body versus the trends. Perfect example, again, high rise. High rise is it's not even a trend anymore. It's kind of just what is. And no, does it work for a high rise? Is not going to work for everyone, especially if you are short-waisted. So don't force yourself into these trends. Figure out what works best for your body and then make the trends work for you. Okay, same thing with the skinny jeans kind of going away and being replaced with a looser fit, wider leg jean. If you put those on and you think, I don't like the way it looks, it doesn't look right on my body, you need to adjust. Don't force the trend. Go for a slim straight jean, for example. You don't need to go back to your skinnies if you don't want to, but look for a slim cut versus the really wide if the wide doesn't work for you, okay? But focus on what works for you. And when you're looking for things, keep those things in mind. Like maybe you look great in a wrap dress. Wrap dresses work with so many body types. So when you're looking for a dress, You might want to do a search for wrap dresses. Doesn't mean every dress you're ever going to buy for the end of time is going to be a wrap dress because that's your best silhouette, but it's a good rule of thumb. With a V-neck, any kind of crisscrossing in the front. Think of those elements when you're shopping, okay, that are unique to you and your body and what looks good on you. But that brings me to number 3, because we can go crazy with those kind of rules and guidelines, right? We say, I have to wear a V-neck all the time, or I have to wear wrap, or I can't wear high rise. You have to have an open mind at the same time. It's a balancing act. Trends are not all bad. A lot of times women of our age, we roll our eyes at trends and we say, oh, they look silly. Those girls, those teenagers, they look silly. I don't like, those, again, I'll use high-rise jeans, or I don't like those wide leg jeans or slouchy sweaters. They look bad. I don't like that trend. Have an open mind. Don't bash trends, especially if you have daughters. No, I don't have daughters, but if I did, I would hope that I would try not to bash their trends, because you want to be able to have a dialogue, ladies, right? And not make it of them against us. Like we have all the right answers and they look ridiculous. Have an open mind and be accepting of the trends, and don't bash them. That's just that's parenting advice from a woman who does not have girls. So what the heck do I know, But just something to think about when you're thinking about the bashing of trends. Don't bash all the trends. It's a habit we get into. There are no, with few exceptions, there are no bad trends. They just might not be for you. But have an open mind and be willing to try. And I see this all the time in my style groups where take a shoe, for example. We've just been used to wearing a certain style of shoe for years and years, and it's a classic and it's a fine shoe. But when you are open to changing it up and maybe trying a neutral booty, which to a lot of us just seems like kind of a no-brainer. If it seems odd to you and strange, and you're like, what is she talking about with this like neutral booty thing? Like, that's just, why would I buy that? Have an open mind and maybe try it. And that brings me to number 4, which is the selfie doesn't lie. Tip number 4, when in doubt, when you're trying these new things, whether you're in the dressing room at the store or you've gotten a delivery and you're trying things on, before you say, well, I don't like it. It's different than what I'm used to. Try it with an open mind and snap a selfie, a mirror selfie, or have someone in your house take a picture of you. I like the mirror selfie because then you don't have to involve anyone else. But in any case, a picture where you can actually look at the picture, or show it to a friend. Or if you're in one of my style groups, that's so helpful because you can post it privately to these complete strangers who are in this safe group and get feedback. Get honest, impartial feedback, not from your mother, your sister, your daughter, who might roll their eyes at you or tell you what they think you want to hear, or, in the case of a daughter, tell you God knows what. Again, I don't know. Take a picture, show it to somebody whose opinion you trust, okay? And that's one of the huge values of the style system. And if any of you ladies are here, I know you can attest. It's not comfortable to post a picture of yourself in a Facebook group. I get it. And it's fine if you don't want to. You really absolutely don't have to. But the women who do, women who rip off the Band-Aid, post the picture in this completely private group, get so much out of it. They get such great feedback and they see themselves with different eyes, with more realistic eyes, with kinder eyes. I mean, the eyes in our own head can be so brutal, right? The way we talk to ourselves, but seeing yourself reflected back by other people is just invaluable, okay? Plus, from a practical standpoint, seeing the picture, you can say, all right, that's not working, or wow, that really is working. Or this girl Beth on the internet tells me I should half tuck my shirt and I think she's crazy, but I'm just gonna try it in the privacy of my own home and snap a picture and say, oh, she's, in that case, she's right. My legs do look longer. I do, look more put together. Again, I'm not pushing the half tuck. It's not for everyone, but it's just an example of trying these things and then taking a picture and deciding, that way, instead of just getting stuck in ruts and not being open to new ideas. Okay, we are number 5. This is one that I need help with. This is, I hear Mary in my head. Beth, attention to detail. Not a forte of mine, but pay attention to details. Little details. Where are my props? Have one of these doohickeys. This just came in handy today. I posted a link to it. It is a sweater depiller. It's not fancy. There's no batteries. You don't plug it in. Do I have it basically, you just rake your sweater and it doesn't hurt the sweater. I've done it on fine cashmere. It has different teeth. Anyway, it gets rid of the pills, because details, pills on sweaters, lint, dog hair on your black cardigan, which I didn't have dog hair, I had my hair, and it had gotten, my black peach cardigan coat had gotten covered in like white fluff, and just take care of that stuff. Have a good steamer. I linked my favorite Amazon inexpensive steamer. I don't iron. We don't even own an iron anymore. My husband might have one somewhere. He irons sometimes. I haven't ironed in years. A steamer where you just hang your dress or jacket or whatever in the bathroom and then steam it. Get rid of those wrinkles. Those kind of details make a difference. They really do. I need to be better about that myself. But attention to details, pills, wrinkles, fit. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. If it's uncomfortable, if it's pulling, if it's gapping in between buttons, take it off, change, put it away, give it away, get it fixed. Okay? Pay attention to those details. Number 6, know your colors. Okay? This is a tough one, because it's easy to get very, very strict with this. If you get your colors done, which I do recommend doing, I had major aha moments. I will link the service that I have recommended to hundreds of you, yourcolorguru.com. I have a coupon code. It's Be Styled. I think it's just Be Styled is my coupon code, and it gets you a 10% discount. But it's a great online service where she will analyze you and your hair and your skin tone and make a decision to tell you what your best colors are. And you get a little card, and you can take a picture of it and keep it on your phone, which is what I do. But what I would caution is to also be flexible. The key to knowing your colors, I think, is knowing what your best colors are. So if you have no idea, it makes it easier to make shopping decisions. It makes it easier to clean out your closet. But at the same time, what I think is most valuable is it helps you know what colors, not so much which colors are really good on you, because a lot of times we sort of know that, and this will reinforce it. And you might find some colors that, oh, you didn't realize that I look better in this shade of blue versus that shade of blue. But it will also tell you what colors just don't flatter you. And then you can know to stay away from them, unless of course it's your favorite color, in which case then you have a decision to make, right? But I always talk about the colors close to your face are going to be the ones that are the most important. But if black is not one of your best colors, I don't say to get rid of all your black. Some people do, and that's completely a personal preference. But I'm always going to wear black, and I will wear black around my face. But maybe I'll wear silver jewelry instead of gold, because silver is better for me than gold. And maybe I'll wear colors underneath the black that flatter me more. But knowing your colors is just important. It's an important style tip. Okay, so that is number 6. Number 7. Well, this is a really important one. This comes down to your shopping and to your budgeting. Know when to splurge and when to save. And that is going to be, again, a personal thing. But my rule of thumb is you're going to want to splurge on those 80% classic basics, things you wear day in and day out. Those are worth splurging on, having fewer of them, but making them better. And then your 20% of your budget can be your trends and your add-ons and your fun things that you're going to spend less money on, that you might not invest on, unless maybe it's a, like a designer bag that you've been eyeing, that you're saving up for. But and that's probably not going to be a trendy item either. If you're buying a designer bag, chances are it's going to be something that's sort of classic and something that I would hope would last for a long, long time. It might not be hot pink, right? Save your hot pink bag for a less expensive bag. Get your black, your gray, fantastic everyday bag and splurge on that and save on the hot pink one, okay? Things that I recommend investing in versus going very inexpensively. For me, it's things like outerwear, coats. Like I love a really good coat. For one thing, I live in a cold climate, so I need to be warm. But I also think a great coat that makes a statement, especially if you're a very neutral dresser, if you find a coat that's just like keeps you awake at night, you love it so much, whether it's the color or maybe it's a pattern or something, that's a good investment if it fits you well and you just love it, because it's the first thing people see when you walk in and it's the last thing they see when you leave. So coats, outerwear, important to get quality. Bras, especially if you're well endowed, you've got to spend on your bras, underwear, your Spanx and things like that. The things you don't see, but that really change and impact the way you look, okay? Spend on those. Don't go cheap on those things. I then also spend on jeans, pants, and shoes, because pants and shoes are the hardest, but they're also so important. And again, you don't need as many of them, but they need to be good. So when you find a pair of jeans or a pair of pants that's just right, it's worth it to spend the money, versus having 5 or 6 pairs that are like that you struggle with every day, that were $19.99 at TJ Maxx, but they don't fit you right or you don't like them. Get rid of all those. Don't get rid of them but take the 5 times $19.99 and invest in one pair that's really good, and spend the time. Get help from someone like me in my private groups to make those smart investments. And then save on things like a lot of fun jewelry, trendy jewelry. You're not going to want to spend a fortune on. Flirty Finds is my favorite source for very, very affordable, like $28 type jewelry that is handpicked by Jamie, who, believe me, she knows how to spend too. Like, she has a good eye for things that look really expensive, and she finds them. She scours her vendors and she finds jewelry and accessories that have an expensive look because she has an eye for that. She worked for Ralph Lauren for her entire career. She knows quality, good-looking design, and she finds jewelry and accessories that have that aesthetic and look for $28. Are they going to last forever and ever and ever? Are they heirlooms? No, they're not meant to be. It's costume jewelry, but it's a big bang for your buck. Okay, and I definitely a place to probably save. Okay, that's number 7. We're getting there, ladies. How am I doing? Are you with me here? Great insight. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for that. We are on number 8. Speaking of accessories and things like that, less is more. I sound like Mary. This was one of Mary's mantras. Less is more. Fewer accessories. I sometimes go a little overboard probably with the accessories, but a good rule of thumb is, let's say I wouldn't call this a big chunky statement necklace, but let's say it was. Let's say it was my big horse bit silver necklace that I showed last week. I don't have it on. It's a Flirty Finds. It's my favorite statement necklace. If you want a very expensive looking, chunky but not cheesy looking statement necklace, the Flirty Finds horse bit, comes in gold or silver, I have it in silver, necklace is a statement necklace. If you're wearing a chunky statement necklace, I would then wear my tiny little either stud earrings, or I have a pair of Stella & Dot silver huggies that are just a tiny little hoop. They're called a huggy. I wear those. I like those more than studs personally. So I would wear those if I were wearing a substantial necklace. On the flip side, if you're wearing substantial earrings, which I mean, these are hoops. And substantial is relative, right? To some of you, these are very, very substantial earrings, and you might say, those are going to be my statement. I'm going to keep the rest of my jewelry, either skip the necklace altogether with a substantial earring, or make it a subtle, maybe a more delicate necklace. It's all about the balance. But was it Coco Chanel? Somebody said, someone out there will know. When you're putting on your accessories and you're ready to walk out the door, look in the mirror and take one off. That's probably a good rule of thumb if you're prone to over accessorizing. Take one off. If you are the other extreme where you're like never accessorize, try to go a little more significant with your accessories. Pick one accessory to go a little more significant for you. And again, that the size and the shape and the color is going to be dependent on you. Your significant and my significant are going to be different. But have fun with accessories. But remember, less is more. Pick one accessory, one feature of your outfit to be the star of the show, and keep everything else kind of quiet, as opposed to loading it all on. Okay. So less is more. Thinking about accessories, thinking about logos, things like logos. Mary wouldn't wear a logo if her life depended on it. She was the other extreme. I mean, but it's probably a good rule of thumb not to be covered in logos. You don't want to look like you've been, you're like getting paid to wear, I'm not going to name any brands, but you know what I mean by being over logoed. I don't like to have logos on things. Here, I don't like logos. Personally, on shoes, when there's a big buckle with like the name of the name of the brand, I won't even consider a shoe if it has the name of the brand on it. I won't. That's personal opinion, but keep it simple. When in doubt, keep it simple. Same with colors. I talked last week about the 3-color rule. You don't feel the need to pile on a million different colors. Keep it simple and let the color really sing, as opposed to being, modeled by lots of different contrasting elements in your outfit. Okay. Same with pattern. This blouse is a pretty strong pattern. So I'm keeping everything else quiet with just black pants. And then a neutral, or if I wanted to add a color, I'm picking obviously a color that's predominant to this pattern to kind of keep it quiet, as opposed to picking out one of the colors and making it a high contrast. I prefer to keep a bold pattern like this. Keep the third piece either neutral or very much blending. Again, personal opinion. Number 9. I talk all the time about showing skin. A lot of times as we get older, we feel like we want to just cover up. We want to cover up. We're like, neck wrinkles or age spots. Forget that. Don't be thinking you need to cover up. If you start covering up all your skin, you're going to look heavier. You're going to look frumpy. It's just a fact of life. You're going to look frumpy if you are covered up. But I don't think a lot of us here aren't going to the other extreme of, showing off everything. But a good rule of thumb is, if you're wearing a plunging neckline, and I am all for it, ladies, wear that plunging neckline. But then think about, well, maybe I'm going to wear a long sleeve or a sheer sleeve. Cover up my arms with that plunging neckline. Or wear a longer hem, wear a longer skirt versus a plunging neckline with a mini skirt where you're showing a lot of leg and a lot of cleavage. Balance it out. On the flip side, if you love your legs, if you're an apple shape with great legs and great arms, show your arms, show your legs, then maybe keep the cleavage, more under control. If I'm wearing shorts in the summertime, I love the look of like a cardigan, like if it's summer, a thin cardigan that's a little bit longer than the shorts, especially if my shorts are kind of shorter shorts. That covering, it's a balancing act of covering the showing skin with balancing it with covering some skin. Okay. So that's number 9. And number 10 is back to the details. Don't forget that there's other components of your look than your clothes. There's your hair. Like, the more I look at my hair, my hair's is looking a little crazy today. Maybe I should put my hair in a ponytail. If Mary were here, she'd say, Beth, put that hair in a ponytail. Remember your hair. Remember your roots. I have a hair appointment on Friday, so it's time to show you my roots. Like, those of you who are new haven't experienced this. I love to show my gray roots. And yes, someday I will go gray, or actually I found out most recently that I'm actually white. I'm not even gray. There's my roots. Okay, but I don't want to show those, you know? So in between colorings, I have my root cover up. I have a powder version that I use around here. Just get it at CVS, get it at the drugstore. It's nothing special. This is from, it's called Gray Away. I get it at the drugstore. And I will literally spray. I mean, I've done it, so you can't, but I'll show you what I literally will just, this isn't the right color. This is the lighter color. I have two colors of this. I have the blonde one and the brown one. I literally like mix it up because I have different colors in my hair, but I'm all out of the dark brown one. But you will see when I spray it, the roots just go away. They go away. So think about your hair as part of your look. Think about your glasses. Do you wear readers? Do you have, I mean, I know real glasses are expensive. It's hard to just change them up, but if it's been a long time since you've updated your glasses, sunglasses, readers, eyeglasses, they are probably your most worn accessory, right? You want them to be modern, hip, and cool, as well as functional, obviously. So consider getting a consult, or again, this is something that we've talked about in my style group, where women are like, they get advice, and we've got some real experts. I don't know if Miriam's on, but we've got some people who are really have a great eye, who will help, who will say, show me, go to the store and take selfies of you in the different frames of glasses, and you'll get advice from, again, those impartial, not your relatives, honest, kind, wonderful women. Glasses are important. Your makeup is important, whether you wear it or not, whether you want to just start adding a little bit of color to your face, it makes a difference. Eyebrows, brows are a new thing for me in the last couple of years. I never wore eyebrow pencil, and now when I don't, I'm like, oh, where are my eyebrows? And when I put them on, it frames your face. So go get a consultation at Sephora or your local Beautycounter, and just get the basics if you're not a makeup person. But if you are a makeup person, there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup to stay home alone if it makes you feel better, you know? And but do what works for you. But remember, things like hair, makeup, glasses, they're all part of your overall look and the way you present yourself to the world, and taking care of those things will help with your confidence and your mood. And again, it doesn't matter if you're not going anywhere, okay? So those are my top 10 style tips to keep in mind. Again, I love talking about like outfit creation and, you know, when to tuck your shirt and how to, you know, roll up your sleeves. Those are style tricks and hacks, which I love, and I talk about them all the time in my group, and making these little changes have a huge impact. But think about these big picture things that I talked about today, and just remember them in your head when you're shopping, when you're getting dressed, and your style will improve. So that's my little spiel for today. I linked in the description box, I think everything, but if I missed anything that you're looking for, just either message me at Beth Hire Roy on Facebook or in the comments below, and I will respond. I'm just gonna go and see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. Thanks everyone for watching, and if you did give me questions and Facebook isn't letting me see, I apologize, but I do always go back and read all the comments and answer all the questions, because I do appreciate your time, and I hope this was helpful and that maybe you learned something or are going to think of something differently. I'd be curious what resonates the most to you. If I had to pick my most important ones, Oh, it's hard to say. Definitely focusing on what works for you, because we're all different, and there's no one size fits all. But while you're doing that, be open. Be open and willing to try things. And just a plug for the style system, because it's impossible for me to talk to all these people on the internet who I don't know and tell you, okay, you need to wear pants this length and you need to tuck your shirt in like this, and it's impossible. We're all too different, right? We all have different shapes, sizes, bodies, tastes, but that's where my style system program is so valuable. And if you want to ask somebody who does it, I'm happy to. I have lots of testimonials, and I have people that would be happy to talk to you. But there are women who have completely transformed their style just from spending a season or two in this very affordable program and getting that one-on-one or one-on-many attention that you're not going to get just listening to some talking head on YouTube or the internet. That they're wonderful, believe me. You'll get a lot of great nuggets, but if you want specific tips for you gotta talk to someone who can give you that advice one-on-one. So if you're not looking to hire a personal stylist, to work one-on-one with, this style system group coaching program is a great affordable alternative with tremendous results. I mean, the results that we get in that group are tremendous. So I'd be happy to tell you more. The winter program is starting up at the end of this month, beginning of December, after Thanksgiving, and then we're going to be going into the holidays and getting dressed and going to parties and knowing what to wear and having a great time with style. So I hope you'll join us. There's a link to join the wait list, or the list to be notified when it launches, so that you don't miss out. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I will not be here next Tuesday because my chickens are all coming home this weekend for a full week. It's going to be a zoo in my little house here with all 3 boys home, 2 of whom will be working from home, along with me and my husband working from home. And the small house is going to be a zoo. I might just have to go to a hotel or something. No, I'm kidding. It'll be great. Looking forward to it. But I'll see you the week after that. All right. Thanks for watching, ladies. Bye for now.